Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Whitney Q. I'm a host, and on this channel we talk all things personal development, being the best version of yourself, and just getting through this thing called life, because we all know life is not easy. So I'm here with some tips and advice that I have learned, especially over the last couple of years and maybe through my life actually, and I just want to share that with you. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about how to do things by yourself. Yes, doing things by yourself. I love doing things by myself. I can do things solo, but I've realized that not a lot of people like to do things by themselves, and I feel like you're missing out on so much by doing things by yourself. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we have to do things by ourselves, whether it's because our friends are busy or we want to have alone time. So I'm going to share 5 tips with you so that you can start on getting things by yourself. Tip number 1 is to embrace the experience. Doing things by yourself can be a little bit scary. I mean, going to the cinema by yourself, going to the restaurant by yourself, going on holiday by yourself. I've gone on plenty solo trips by myself. If you want me to talk about my solo experiences, let me know. But it's important to embrace the experience. It's an opportunity for personal growth. It's an opportunity for personal development. It's really an opportunity to actually get to know yourself. So I love going to the cinema or the movies, as Americans like to call it, by myself, because I get to actually concentrate on the film. I always say that the worst first date is the cinema, because you're not actually getting to know each other. The film is doing the talking for you. So why not go by yourself? I love going to the cinema by myself. There's some times whereby as adults we lead very, very busy lives, and not everyone's times are in sync with each other. The time that I'm free, maybe my friends are not free. So I'll just go by myself, or else before I know it, I have not watched the movie, and then the movie is out of the cinemas and I don't get to have that cinema experience. So it's just a chance to actually do something for yourself and to enjoy the experience, going to the movies, saying ticket for one. And trust me when I say, the person that you are buying the ticket from doesn't care or will not laugh that you are by yourself. Honestly, it's more common than you think for people to go to the cinema by themselves. So go to the cinema, get your popcorn, get your snacks, go and sit down in a comfy chair, or maybe it might be those luxury cinemas, and relax and enjoy the movie and spend time with yourself. Or to a restaurant that you've always wanted to go to and experience, but you just haven't had the time to with your friends. So you go by yourself, maybe on a lunch break, maybe after work. It's not the worst thing in the world, and I actually find it quite liberating, because once you realize you can do things by yourself, it opens up the doors to way more experiences. Now, tip number 2 is to plan ahead. Make sure you have all the things you need. It's very important to plan ahead and maybe tell people where you're going to be in terms of safety wise. So if you're going to do a picnic by yourself, you make sure that you've got your phone that is charged, just in case you need to call someone if there is an emergency. You have all the snacks that you need, you're comfortable. Whether you are going to be reading a book in the park, you have the book to bring with you. So whatever activity it is that you are going to be doing, that you plan ahead with all the tools that you need. If you are going to an area that you haven't been to before, maybe you can download the map onto your phone. Preparation is key. It's better to be over prepared than under prepared, so that you're more confident in the experience that you're about to embark, because maybe you're going to places that you've just never been before and you want to make sure that you're safe. I have this thing whereby people can track where I am, just in case something was to happen to me, God forbid, but they will know where I am and they're able to see where I am in terms of safety wise. So just be prepared in terms of what it is that you need for whatever activity that you will be doing, just to make the experience more enjoyable, knowing that you have marked off being safe. Tip number 3 is to be open to meeting new people. Now, I do know that when you're by yourself, you are more vulnerable, but it also gives you the opportunity to meet new people. People find it intimidating maybe approaching someone when they are in a group opposed to someone by themselves. But as long as you have got your safety precautions in place, this is a great way to meet new people. Just because you're doing things by yourself doesn't mean you have to be alone all the time. So let's say you are going to an arts class or a clay pottery class, and then there's someone else that's by themselves as well. You are being open by meeting people that are interested in the same things you are. And it's a great way to strike a new conversation. You never know who you might meet or what connections that you might make that would help you in the future. So doing things by yourself, I believe, is a nice gateway for people to strike up a conversation. I've had it many times whereby you might bond over something in a situation, or I've been in a situation where someone has acted crazy and I look around to be like, am I the only person that's witnessing this person acting crazy? And then we actually have a little laugh and joke about it. And that's meeting someone new, and then you can make a new friend or a new connection, whatever it may be. But I feel like going by yourself, even though it is vulnerable, but as I said, you have the safety precautions in place, makes you open to meeting new people. If you're enjoying this video, please do me a favor and press the like button. It does help the algorithm. I would honestly really appreciate it. I am working hard to get you weekly content out, and I hope you are enjoying it. If you have some videos that you would like me to make for you, please leave a comment below and I'll be sure to make that happen. As long as it's something that I can make a video about and it is in alignment with me. So yes, please be sure to do that. I would honestly appreciate it. Tip number 4. I've mentioned this previously in tip number 2, but I want to emphasize it a bit more, is to stay safe. Safety is number 1. We want you to be safe. So when you're doing something by yourself, it's important to stay safe and be aware of your surroundings. Try to avoid going places that look maybe a little bit dodgy, or walking out when it's late at night. Try to avoid that. And as I said, I've got a tracker on my phone whereby people know where I am at all times. My close loved ones know where I am. So make sure someone knows where you are and avoid dangerous areas and situations. I know sometimes it can be inevitable, but it's always think safety first. If it's an activity that you want to do, maybe you can go in the mid-morning towards the afternoon where it's busy and there's more people out there. If it is a nighttime activity, maybe instead of taking public transport, you can maybe get an Uber, or you can drive there and make sure that you're parked in a well-lit area before going to your destination. Let's say you're going to the theatre or something that tends to be in the evening. But safety first. I can't emphasize this enough. I have traveled to other countries by myself. I always make sure that everyone knows where I am, what I'm doing, what hotel I'm staying at, and I'm always in constant communication with my close ones so that they know that I am okay. Because at the end of the day, even though we want to do things by ourselves, people tend to do things with other people as well as a safety thing. But you can be safe by yourself and, let people aware of where you are, just so that it's better to be safe than sorry. I don't want anything drastic to happen to anyone. And number 5 is prioritize self-care. I know I'm always barking about self-care, but when you're doing things by yourself, it's important to take care of yourself. You need to prioritize your well-being, and you can do that with the activities of doing things by yourself, like having a nice meal or taking a nice relaxing walk. Practicing self-care will keep you more grounded and centered, and you'll be able to then experience your solo trip or your solo day in a more authentic way and understanding yourself more. The reasons why I like to do things by myself, because I really feel like I get to know myself more as a person, and I understand what it is that I like and I don't like. So if someone invites me out somewhere, I can actually honestly say, oh, I want to come, or I don't want to come, because it doesn't align with me. So that's why I love doing things by myself. And I'm going to be with me for the rest of my life, so I might as well get to know me and spend time with me, so that I'm able to then output to other people, because I've taken care of myself. I've taken care of my love tank for me. And so that's why I do things by myself. It's all part of self-care, because self-care is number 1. You gotta take care of yourself before you take care of other people. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to subscribe. Please be sure to comment. At least like the video. It does really help me. And I will see you next week. And again, if you have any videos that you would like me to do, please comment below. You can follow me on social media. I'll link it all below. And yes, until next time, bye.